What's going on, everybody? Diallo Rex TV back with another video. And in today's video, as you guys can see, I got on my Lakers jersey, my Anthony Davis jersey, bruh. Okay? I got on my Anthony Davis jersey today, and I wear my Lakers jersey today with pride. Okay? Honor. Respect. Okay? Because last night was just it was like just competitive. It was nail biting. It was everything that I fell in love with when I first started watching basketball. You know, it was very reminiscent of, I'm not going to go to the extent of saying Showtime in terms of Magic Johnson. I'm not even going to, put that out there because I know how y'all going to be like, "Bruh, what are you saying right now?" Okay, listen. But last night, it was just amazing to see. And the title of the video, I gotta be honest, I feel like the Lakers need to gut the entire team and build around Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. It's time to move on. Okay? Now, last night, and I wrote down a few notes, so bear with me. If you see me looking down, you know, I really don't like going on script. But like I said, last night was competitive, had me on the edge of my seat. And like, you start to see Russell Westbrook get his confidence last night. Him and LeBron James have very similar styles, and that's why it's hard for them to coexist and play with each other and under the same system, because LeBron James has his own system, Russell Westbrook has his own system. They're always looking to attack, kick the ball to their shooters. Like I said, they're always looking to drive and always looking to make plays for themselves. So it's like, for them, they're both so ball dominant that when they play, like LeBron James, he has spurts where he goes on, like he has spurts and he has like, he's not a consistent shooter. He has his moments, like versus, I think it wasn't the Grizzlies, it was the first game. And LeBron James just had it going. He was just knocking down shots, just shooting, making shots. And he was hot. Same thing with Carmelo Anthony, as you've seen last night. He's a very streaky shooter. Like, some nights he'll have it, some nights he don't. And especially with Carmelo getting older, that's going to happen more so often than not. But Russell Westbrook last night, I think the Lakers have to focus on moving forward. They have to focus on the future. We can't live in the past no longer. LeBron James, great talent. But when he's out there on the floor, the offense is stagnant. There's no ball movement. And that is hard for a lot of players to get a rhythm, especially your shooters. You keep driving and then expect for your shooters, like when you keep driving and looking to, make plays for yourself, you leave your shooters out there and they start to lose a rhythm. Kick it to them, they start missing and things like that. So I think it's time for the Lakers to go in a new direction, because even though being as though that Anthony Davis is very injury prone, he's always getting injured. It's like Anthony Davis just always looking for a reason to just fall on the ground and just trip up. Like, it's like he's so clumsy sometimes out there on that floor, but he's such a phenomenal player, like such a phenomenal talent that you cannot get rid of him. He, like I said, he put the ball on the floor like a guard, can shoot over any guard, and him and Kevin Durant, to me, are the most unguardable players in the NBA. And, he's too fast for a lot of big men, great at, getting to the, inside the paint, getting his shots, getting those elbow jumpers, mid-range jumper. He didn't have his three-point shot going last night, but it's just like last night, to me, the loss was just a testament of bad chemistry. It's like they're slowly building their chemistry, but it's going to be difficult for them to gain chemistry when LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, I know a lot of people was like, Russell Westbrook should be in the second unit. I don't think him being in the second unit going to make a difference, and I think that Russell Westbrook is the type of player, I believe, that he's not going to buy into wanting to play into the second unit because people, I think Russell Westbrook is going to want to get traded. He's going to want to be the star, and being able to control the ship, run the ship or whatever, operate the ship, whatever, however you want to put it. But Russell Westbrook is not going to want to come off the bench. I don't think so. If he buys into it, I'll be surprised. These players have egos as well. And, for him to be a starter, then go right to the bench, they're going to be like, what are you doing? So I think that the Lakers just need to gut the team and just go in a different direction. It's time to move on. LeBron James is not getting any younger. And I know a lot of people love LeBron James and, the Lakers are going to figure it out and things like that. But I'm telling you, it's going to be difficult. These guys, like I said, there's going to be a lot of chemistry issues. What else I had written down? Last night, there was a lot of flow within the offense. And another thing, this is why I say it's important for the Lakers to go in a different direction because, and as you guys can see, I got a selfie stick because I was holding the camera. I did a video earlier, was holding the camera, and it was only getting half my head, so I had to go with the selfie stick. But anyway, okay. And I don't want to say the Lakers should trade LeBron James, but the Lakers should trade LeBron James because I think that they need a player that is going to make Russell Westbrook and I was about to say Paul George. They need a player that could make Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis' job much easier. Anthony Davis is very injury prone, so they need like a third star, someone who's like a 3-and-D wing player, somebody like a Paul George. They need somebody like, if not a Kawhi Leonard or someone like a Bradley Beal. They need somebody of that mold, of that stature because, like I said, LeBron James, he's not a really great 3-point shooter, and for him and Russell Westbrook are not a good fit at all. And last night just went to show. I had to tell I talked to my pops, and I was just telling them last night went to show me how great of a coach Greg Popovich is. He's a GOAT, bro. He's always looking to evolve. And last night, DeJounte Murray and I think the guy, I can't remember, is it Jakob? I don't think it's Jakob Bertel. I forgot his name. But they was running the screen and roll so beautifully. The chemistry, it's like they was buying into Greg Popovich's system. I'm not good with names. It was a guy who was just hot last night, just making tons of shots. And I watched the full game. I'm back to watching full games now. That excitement was there. I just was, into the game last night. It was so competitive. A lot of people, I know they was disappointed and upset that the game was so close, but I love competitive games like that. It was a point where the Spurs went up, and I think they was up by 15, but the Lakers were able to cut the lead to 7, and they did a good job at fighting back. So I think that the Lakers just need to go in a new direction, honestly. And I think the reason they had so much success, and I think they'll build chemistry more if they could go in the direction of just allowing Russell Westbrook to be Russell Westbrook. I think it's time. It's a new day. Like I said, it was flow within the offense. They was moving the ball, calling plays, running sets. I think the Lakers, honestly, in my opinion, I think they need a new coach. And that's no disrespect to Frank Vogel. I think Frank Vogel did a great job. Has done a great job thus far. But I think in terms of Russell Westbrook being able to connect with somebody in particular, I think they should go in the direction of getting a black coach. I think that a black coach would, for Russell Westbrook, he'll be able to resonate with that person well. Somebody who's honest, who's able to tell the truth. Somebody to be open with Russell Westbrook and be like, hey, man, you can't do that. Because Russell Westbrook is a great player, phenomenal player, but sometimes he can get in his own head and get out of control. He don't have no self-control sometimes, and it could cause him to make terrible, bad decisions in the fourth quarter, especially when you need him most. Like I said, Russell Westbrook is a great mid-range shooter. You can't rely on him every night to hit 3-point shots, and he's going to be hot some nights, but you can expect for Russell Westbrook to have more so a bad shooting night from, beyond the range. beyond the 3-point range, opposed to him having one a hot night every single night. So I think he needed a coach that could be able to, because that was one of the reasons Russell Westbrook. I mean, that was one of the reasons why Kevin Durant left Russell Westbrook, because you can't tell Russell Westbrook the truth, and the franchise, because fans are so emotional, so they're gonna choose Russell Westbrook and players like Russell Westbrook over great talent like Kevin Durant, who's a basketball purist, somebody who can shoot the ball with ease, somebody you would rather build your franchise around. Russell Westbrook goes out there, he plays with a lot of passion, but at the same time, you would rather build your team around someone like Kevin Durant. And guys like Phil Jackson, you would buy into their system a lot more. It was easier for Michael Jordan. Like I said, Russell Westbrook has the mo. He has that attitude. He has that fire competitiveness, that chippiness, that drive, that assassin's mentality of a Kobe Bryant and a Michael Jordan. He just don't know how to channel it properly. He let the fans get in his head. He allowed the reporters to bother him. Like, a lot of times you could just focus on the game, be zoned in, and you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Like, Kobe would hear somebody say something about him and then go out there and put up like 50 or 60. You get what I'm saying? He took it personal. Russell Westbrook take it personal and want to fight fans and slap cameras out of people's hands. But other than that, also, the Lakers need some young, fresh legs. Them young guys was running. I'm talking about running, bruh. Like, running. Running them out the gym. Running like Forrest Gump. Up and down that floor. And the Lakers just look. They got, at the end they got tired. But you could tell that they lost because of inexperience. The Spurs was missing free throws. But like I said, they have a great ball club. The Lakers need some young talent because, like I said, they old, and we don't know how injuries going to affect them midway towards the season. And also, you got to realize, not only is it 82 games, they also have to play in the the playoffs, the postseason. Defense is key. They amped up the defense like late third quarter into the fourth quarter. They did a really good job early. Russell Westbrook did a really good job establishing himself. We seen the old Russell Westbrook. He was driving the ball, throwing alley-oops, feeding the ball inside, getting the ball to Anthony Davis, had him going. And I think that Russell Westbrook also has to use these big men to his advantage of being able to use those screens and being able to use Anthony Davis, because he's great at picking and popping. So I think he'd be great because Russell Westbrook is always aggressive and he's a threat. So having him being able to attack at any moment, but then you also got to worry about Anthony Davis, who can shoot as well. It's going to be difficult for teams to write a game plan, to game plan and try to stop that. You get what I'm saying, in a way. But they need more 3.3 and D players, in my honest opinion. They need to make trades. I think that LeBron James is a phenomenal, great player. But at the same time, I just think that it's going to be tough for them to coexist. And LeBron's not getting no younger. He's in his 19th season. But I think it's just going to be a point in time where the two are going to bump heads, they're going to clash, because they play the exact same style. And Russell Westbrook is used to being the man. So you're not going to have Russell Westbrook have 30-point games when LeBron James, and if they do, LeBron James is going to have to take a back seat. He can't go out there and try to average 30, and then AD has to eat. He has to get a rhythm. He can't try to average 30. Then Russell Westbrook is out there trying to average 30. They have to know their roles. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I think the Lakers should gut the entire team and build around Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Russell Westbrook fan, but I was starting the last night. He's so competitive, and I think that if they could get a different coach, build around them with talent that fit their style, they'll be successful, and the Lakers will be back to championship basketball, in my honest opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all gonna comment, box, like, subscribe. I'm out.